Welcome to the workshop on uplifting environmental sustainability performances to increase university ranking of the universities of Sri Lanka. We are simply delighted to be hosting this event this year, collaborating with the Institute of Environmental Professionals, Sri Lanka. As you are all aware, this is a national level workshop aimed at enhancing environmental sustainability practices in Sri Lankan universities, and it is indeed a privilege for the Open University of Sri Lanka to be the venue partner for such a worthy cause. It is also fortunate of us that this was initiated by our very own Vice Chancellor, Senior Professor PMC Tilakaratna last year, which was conducted as an overview, and we are now continuing it this year in 2025. Also, I think even the participants are absolutely fortunate to be a part of this, because you will be the agents who are taking forward what you're going to learn today and tomorrow to the world, so that there will be sustainability and you will be the agents of carrying this forward. The Director of the Center for Environmental Studies and Sustainable Development, Professor Banduni Athapattu, to officially welcome all those who are gathered here today.
It's my absolute pleasure to welcome all of you to this significant national level workshop on uplifting environmental sustainability performances to increase university ranking of the universities in Sri Lanka. Today, we gather here at the Open University of Sri Lanka in collaboration with the Institute of Environmental Professionals Sri Lanka IEPSL to embark on a journey that seeks to enhance environmental sustainability practices across our higher education institutions. By integrating environmental sustainability into our operations, research and teaching, we can lead by example and contribute to the global efforts to combat climate change and environmental degradation. I wish you all the very best for a very successful, very fruitful, very productive, inspiring 2 days ahead. Let us work together to make a learning or lasting impact.
I now cordially invite the Vice Chancellor of the Open University of Sri Lanka, Senior Professor PMC Tilakaratna, to address the gathering.
And it's my distinct pleasure to speak a few words on this inauguration ceremony of on the workshop of uplifting environmental sustainability performances to increase university ranking of the universities in Sri Lanka. Of course, this is a joint effort. So first of all, I think that already this tone for this workshop set by the Professor Banduni Athapattu. First thing is that sustainability has been devised for what we need to understand. Sustainability has been devised to demonstrate whether universities are leading the way in tackling the environmental, social, and governance challenges facing the world today. So we today also ate in the morning staple food rice with sambal. So it is sustainable. That's all local, no? Not the imported anything like that meat or any other thing. So this is sustainability. And then we are not that again throw away some of the foods. We segregate and then we keep that either Monday or Thursday in the roadside. Municipal council is coming and collecting garbage separately now. Sustainability. So then all sustainability issues that we are going to address. So therefore, please, again the one request, this is not only what is called that we gather, we discuss, and then we just disperse. Know that we need to take it forward and up to the international conference and having a real impact to the society as the university and as the what is called our collaborator, the Institute of Environmental Professionals of Sri Lanka. I think with this institute, we will have that a lot of work during this year 2025 to be implemented. Then that we create a benchmark to others to follow us in the future. Thank you very much, and I wish you all the very best for this workshop.
I now invite the immediate past president of the Institute of Environmental Professionals Sri Lanka, Emeritus Professor Niranjini Ratnayaka, to address us.
On behalf of the Institute of Environmental Professionals Sri Lanka, let me also warmly welcome all of you to this workshop on uplifting environmental sustainability performance to increase university ranking of the universities of Sri Lanka. We are very happy to be a partner with the Center for Environmental Studies and Sustainable Development of OUSL in this effort to educate the members of the Sri Lankan university community to improve their sustainability performance and to show them the benefits of doing that. And a reminder to our members, I can see our members in the audience as well as those who wish to learn more about IEPSL and become members. And even otherwise, our technical sessions and the annual general meeting will be held on the 27th of March. We would really like to invite you to take part in our annual technical sessions and the AGM if you are a member. And I hope all of you who are joining us today and tomorrow for the workshop will actively participate in the discussions, and all will have a wonderful experience at the sessions. Thank you.
I would now like to have over here Dr. Yuhan Mahagamage from the Center for Environmental Studies and Sustainable Development, and who is also the workshop coordinator today and tomorrow, to give us an elaboration on the inception and overview of the workshop which will be conducted within the next 2 days.
So this is the kind of continuation of our efforts to improve the environmental sustainability within the higher educational institutes. So looking back to on 14th March 2024, so we successfully conducted similar kind of workshop on enhancing university environmental compliances at the Central Environmental Authority with the support of Institute of Environmental Professionals of Sri Lanka. So at that time actually we had around 50 participants from different universities. So building on that momentum in this year, we all are excited. The number of participants has increased, and it's around 70 participants for this workshop from more than 20 universities across the country. So I think it's reflecting the importance of this environmental sustainability for these higher education institutes. And we all know that we all can apply this for our educational purposes, research purposes, or some operational activities, where he plays the vital role in shaping and implementing sustainability strategies. Beyond his professional commitments, Dr. Fernando is also a professional academic contributing to the field of corporate sustainability, sustainable policy, system engineering, and life cycle assessment, areas that are critical in environmental rapidly evolving sustainability landscape. He holds a PhD in dynamic life cycle assessment from ANU, where his research connected consumer preferences with sustainability metrics. His educational background also includes the BSc Honors from the University of Peradeniya and MSc in Chemical and Process Engineering from the University of Moratuwa. As a chartered environmental professional in Sri Lanka and a NERBS aggregate professional in Australia, Dr. Fernando brings a wealth of expertise to the table. So warmly welcome Dr. Chalaka Fernando.
So the topic I chosen is very consistent with the theme of the workshop today. What's the environmental sustainability management in universities and how it contributes to ranking. I always like to start with a question, the first slide, just to make sure that you are not only a listener but a participant in all these presentations. So I'm not asking loudly what is your answer for this question, but it's for you to think a bit what's environmental sustainability stands for. So to start from today's the inauguration, the speeches today from distinguished speakers, we learned a lot of things about what meant by sustainability, making an impact, what's our contribution, start from home, then professional networking, academic, in terms of teaching, research, and what we can contribute, global leaders, so a lot of things we heard. So I think if you encompass everything into one big picture, we can call it environmental sustainability. But if you go to 1987 Madame Brundtland Commission's definition, sustainable development actually means you enjoy resources without compromising the future generations' demands. If you can enjoy in that perspective, we can call it like, okay, that's sustainability. And if you are not compromising environmental values, we can call it environmental sustainability. So there are a lot of definitions. It's not a lecture of environmental sustainability, but it's always good to start from the basics. So then we can actually, manuate in a way that, So let's jump directly into higher education institutes. So HEI, abbreviation for higher education institutes, already the Vice Chancellor has spoken this term. So I tried to actually learn from literature why environmental sustainability is important or rather critical for higher education institutes. So these are the factors I found. There are a lot of economic and financial institutional benefits. So nowadays you can't forget the fact that we are in a financially constrained world, no? So that's also part of environmental sustainability. Then responding to global impacts such as climate change and all. So as I indicated in the last part of this slide, the role of universities driving in as change agents is critical. Then we also need to combat against resource depletion and typically the overconsumption. So I always raise this as an observation. Whenever we go to an institution, especially state institutions, including universities, you can see leaking taps, theaters, office areas with like all lights and fans, air cons, even you don't have people who work there. So overconsumption, depletion of resources, it's a challenge and it's actually a high area to focus. Then let's not forget the fact that being as a higher education institute, we also have not only moral responsibilities but legal responsibilities, abide by different regulations. Let's say 1980 Act 47, Environmental Act. So there are certain conditions that we need to accomplish, adhere. So so there's a regulatory and ethical responsibility. And as many previous speakers they've spoken, now it's connected to the university ranking. So I don't want to justify the importance of university ranking for university staff here. Actually, that's how we've been measured. It's like a health record. It's like a report card of a student. That's the report card of the university. If your ranking is not good, university is not good. So that's how external people think. So it's actually very important today. And now, sustainability is directly contributing to its ranking. Not for Sri Lankan or Asian context, but if you look at global context, global first 50 universities, if you go to QS ranking, 5% is given for university from sustainability ranking. But that's not applying for the developing countries. But sooner or later, that will come. So when it's come to sustainability, the number matters, no? The impact. So as I started from a question, now I'm going to ask a couple of questions. I'm not expecting answers, but so you are appointed by your head of institute to this workshop. because you are somehow responsible or change leaders in environmental sustainability. My humble questions, do you know these figures now? So, what's your water consumption in your university? Either in kiloliters or LKR, doesn't matter. Someone knows? Don't tell the numbers, but if you know, that's really good. What's the electricity consumption? Not in kilowatts. I think we need to measure in megawatts. Because that's huge consumption, no? In universities. Someone knows the LKR value for your university? Someone knows the LKR value for your house consumption, your home? How much? So I used to maintain an Excel sheet, and I shared these details with my wife when I was in Sri Lanka. And I tried to, all the time it's a very, it's not an easy discussion sometimes. So I knew my house consumption, water 18.5 kiloliters, and my average 102 kilowatt hours, I knew. And my fuel consumption, I knew. Sometimes it's not only helping to reduce environmental impact, but to sustain our finances as well. But I mean, these are pretty much, important numbers that obviously good to understand. And then the waste generation. So today, we heard many times, the waste, that term popped up. But do we know how much waste we generate? Is it seasonal? What types of waste we generate? Don't be surprised. We know, many of us, we don't know those answers. Okay, so the issue is some guiding questions to maneuver these 1.5 days ahead, this workshop, not the talk shop as Vice Chancellor mentioned. The golden question is, where can you find this data? I know some people has to almost like beg in front of people to find this data. We don't have systems established. So then, assuming we have those numbers, are they robust and complete? That's the next question. Because before you publish something, you need to make sure that, okay, you are 100% or at least a certain level of confidence that data is robust and complete. So then, the third is the most important question. Okay, now you have data. You found those are robust and complete. Okay, well done. Congratulations. What's the use of that data? Then we need to have the reviews. So when you have reviews, that means you have a plan, you have a resource, then you run your action plans, you have the management reviews, your question, your answer. That's how you change your pathway and deliver more. And then last but not least, we need to disclose or disseminate. So that's how you engage your stakeholders. I don't think currently, in context, any of the student unions or student associations, I don't know what's the right term, whether they question what's the kilowatt hours of the university, why can't we reduce that electricity consumption? They have some other priorities to discuss with the university management. But if we can make student bodies to come and challenge us means academics or professional staff, our water consumption is high, take actions to reduce that, I think that's one of the greatest achievements. So we experience that in Australian context. Students, they rally against us sometimes and say, don't do this, we are against because you are against environmental, their concerns. So I think that's where this subject can take us. So that concludes my couple of slides. So I would call this as a very high-level overview, bit of an opening, kind of a discussion thought. So you may have different thoughts. It's open to discuss during next 1.5 days. So this is where that we are trying to actually collectively achieve these 2 days. Thank you.
To conclude this inauguration of the workshop, I would now like to invite Dr. Arosha Hemali, the Assistant Treasurer of the Institute of Environmental Professionals, Sri Lanka. It's both
honor and privilege to stand before you today to express our heartfelt appreciation at the conclusion of this significant inauguration session. This event is a collaborative commitment to strengthening environmental sustainability in Sri Lankan universities and elevate our institutions on the global stage. First and foremost, I extend my deepest gratitude to our esteemed speakers whose invaluable insights have set the stage for impactful discussion. Senior Professor PMC Tilakaratna, Vice Chancellor of the Open University of Sri Lanka, for your leadership and vision in integrating sustainability into academic institutions. I also extend my appreciation to all Vice Chancellors of Sri Lankan universities for their support in sending their representative for this worthwhile event. Emirate Professor Niranjani Ratnayaka, immediate past President of Environmental Professionals Sri Lanka, whose lifelong commitment to environmental excellence continue to inspire all of us. Mr. Aseli Iddawala, President-elect of Environmental Professionals Sri Lanka 2025, for his guidance in organizing this program. And Dr. Chalaka Fernando, Environmental Sustainability Manager at the Australian National University, for his thoughtful, provoking keynote on sustainability management and university rankings, providing a truly insightful and globally relevant perspective for us. Professor Banduni Athapattu, Director of the Center for Environmental Studies and Sustainable Development at Open University of Sri Lanka, for your warm and inspirational welcome, reinforcing the importance of this initiative. Dr. Johan Mahagamage, our workshop coordinator, and his dedicated team who have worked tirelessly from the beginning for this event mark a success. All the resource persons who will be conducting sessions throughout these 2 days, your contributions are invaluable for this workshop. A heartfelt thanks goes to the following key personnel at the Open University of Sri Lanka for their unwavering support and the commitment, exceptional effort in making this workshop a reality. The Dean and the support staff of the Faculty of Health Science for providing these premises, and the Registrar of the Open University of Sri Lanka and her staff for accommodating this event, and the Assistant Director of the Colombo Regional Centre of Open University of Sri Lanka for supporting the coordinated event, and Media Unit of Open University of Sri Lanka for their support, and the printing press of the Open University of Sri Lanka for their assistance with all the printed media for the event. Hosting an event this magnitude requires vision, dedication, and planning. I extend my sincere appreciation to all members and volunteers from C's team and IEPSL who contributed to making this event a success. Your collective effort have laid the foundation for meaningful dialogue and action. To our distinguished audience, academics, speakers, policymakers, and all deans, registrars, and faculty representatives of Open University of Sri Lanka, thank you for your engagement and enthusiasm. As we conclude this session, let us carry forward the inspiration of knowledge gained with a renowned commitment to ensuring our universities lead the way in environment sustainability. Thank you again, and I look forward to enrich the discussion ahead. Thank you.